how would we hope people would engage Forge Gaming? Because if someone's listening to this and they're like, I don't know, maybe they stumbled on this and they're like, I've never heard of Forge Gaming. What's up with that? Well, we just told you a little bit, but now what, right? And so, yeah, I want to pose that back to you, Joe. Like, what in closing, like, how would you encourage people to engage Forge Gaming? What could they do? And that could be like from the gamer to the non-gamer to the parent, like anybody listening for whatever reason in that time.
Yeah, for sure. There's a couple distinct audiences, right? So if you're just a gamer that just happened to stumble across our podcast or our Discord or anything like that, first of all, you may be thinking like, well, these guys are Christians. Like, I don't know if I'm into this scene. I don't know if I'm into like I've never been a church person. Like, we would say that's fine. Hang out with us. We would love and consider it an honor and privilege to build into you and to understand your past, your history, what makes you tick, and play some games with you. So I just want to make 100% sure that there's a clear understanding there, right? That this is not a closed community. It's very much an open community.
Yeah.
And in some of the ways that we would love for you to engage would be to, first and foremost, jump into the Discord, because that's a very easy way for us to sort of keep track. We've got an email list that you can jump onto as well if you want emails and prefer that form of communication. But our Discord is kind of where we keep the live chatter, right? And a lot of the sort of the day in, day out live post is kept in the Discord server. We would ask also that if you are like a parent of a child that is into games, we would say, hey, like we're so glad you're here. Definitely keep an eye out for some of our LAN schedule that's coming up. We're going to have a couple different breakout sessions that are specifically for parents at our next LAN, which is coming up September. I want to make sure I get this right. It's
28th.
September 29th. Am I right, Steve?
It's going to be 28th. Yep.
September 28th. Okay, so September 28th and 29th are going to be the dates that you're going to want to pencil in and say this is where we're going to have some opportunities for us to engage on. So parents, I would say definitely stay tuned for that. If you don't know what Discord is, maybe maybe we could teach you, maybe your kids could teach you. But
Totally.
like it's effectively like a real-time messaging platform that allows us to moderate the content and create sort of a safe space for folks to be in.
Yeah.
So just a really fun and enjoyable community experience can be found there. So that's for parents. And then if you are someone that happens to work at a church full time, I would say definitely reach out and say like, hey, how can we part together? What kind of events might we be able to do together for both students and parents? And what are some things that we might be able to do there? And then of course, last but not least, definitely if you're a gamer at all, go check out the page that we've got set up for LAN 20, which is coming up in September, and please do register. And it's one of those things where if money is a problem, we always want people to feel like they can do that. Reach out, send us a note, say, hey, I'm thinking about coming, but money's an issue, right? We've got a couple people that have generously donated some sponsorships so that folks that are going to reach out and say, hey, we don't want, we can't make it. We can't make it. Money's an issue. We're like, hey, man, we really want you to come. So that would be some of how I would say folks could reach out.
For sure. Yeah. Well said.